Hi, everybody. It's Jill here with Illuminating Women at another one of our Lunch and Learns. And I am so excited. I got Lisa Fischer to join us today with Lisa Fischer Styling, because right now with COVID, our closets aren't looking the same. And we've got all kinds of changes, and to keep our spirits uplifted. And I couldn't ask for a better professional come in, because if you've heard me share that part of our personal growth and part of our able to shine bright, there's three things we want to get in our life. We all need a mentor, great to get a coach, get a stylist. A stylist will help you really get congruent and get that image strong, which is what Lisa Fischer talks about. That's her tagline, being image strong. How can you be image strong? That from the inside that reflects it on the outside. So Lisa, thank you so much for spending your afternoon and sharing with us today. Take it away, my friend.
So good, so good. Well, Jill, first of all, girl, just publicly, I just wanted to share my gratitude for you inviting me here, but also just really for following your vision, your heart, and your spirit, for creating Illuminating Women, and for taking Illuminating Women on such an incredible journey, and your heart for education and empowerment and encouragement. And so just thank you, girl, so much. And for those of you who are on today joining us or watching this at a later time, I also just wanted to say thank you for clicking on this information, because this sort of content, oftentimes people might go, because they feel like, okay, if we're, the whole word, even like image, but then when we put it together, like image consultant, instantly, at least in my experience, there's some sort of negative connotation to like, I'm going to be judged, or I'm going to be told everything I'm doing wrong. And that may occur out in the world, but that is not what this platform here. This platform today is really about sharing content and education to help lift us up and feel confident on a daily basis, and stronger every single day in who we are, so we can go out into the world and do and be our best for what's in front of us, our mission at hand, what God's put in front of us to do, that sort of thing, right? So it is hashtag no judgment, hashtag banish perfection. Today is really about education and information. So, oftentimes people will, there's an assumption that, so how did you get started in the business? And initially the assumption might be that I'm someone who's obsessed with shopping, or, I love makeup, or whatever an image consultant does. And actually I got into the business 20 years ago out of really sheer desperation, because I found myself as a young mom with 3 children under 5 years of age. And it started really occurring to me that I don't even know if I truly really know how to teach my children some of the simple things that most of my girlfriends knew, like setting the table, or teaching my kids how to host a party, how to be a guest, how to be, just the things. I was fired from my first job when I was 17, and I was fired like the first day. And it was things, again, that most of my friends knew, but I didn't. And it was because it was over excessive body odor. At the time I was modeling for a boutique, and you wore the items, you'd walk through the restaurant, the women would be ordering the outfits, that you would be showing. And I would come back and the blouses would be ruined. See, I didn't understand those significant things, like what is a deodorant compared to an antiperspirant? And it was just things like, the basics. But I feel that as a woman now, over 50, that here's the underlining thing, is we either know what we don't know, or we don't know what we don't know. 2 things. We know what we don't know. So for example, I don't know how to fly a plane, right? I know I don't know how to do that. But then there's over here things we don't know that we don't know. And that was really my life as a child, as a young adult. And it wasn't until walking into the image business 20 years ago, first of all, to help my children have a better understanding, but then I fell in love with the industry. And today I'm the owner and creator of Lisa Fischer Styling, and the concept about being image strong and how to take all of the tools that are available to us to be able to have a congruency from the inside and how to bring that outside. So today our topic is the closet. So for the next 15 minutes, we're just going to go through some subject matter that hopefully can support you in the closet. Right now we're, in this weird wonky time in our world with COVID. There's a lot of questions, and there's a lot like, okay, we're changing seasons, I'm needing clothing, but where do I shop? How do I shop? Can I shop? So the idea is, you know what, how about we step back and we just get really clear on what we already have in our closet, in our drawers, in our storage rooms. What did we, give to our children that we thought like, oh, I'm never going to use this, but really, right? All of those things. So I hope that this is helpful. So we're just going to share the screen, switch over to some content, then we'll jump back here for some Q&A. How's that sound? Is that good? All right, gals, here we go. All righty. Okay, so Jill, if you would, could you just give me a thumbs up on if you can see the screen? Okay, perfect. So really, I feel that to have a closet that serves you starts first by creating a vision of purpose. Like, how do you want your closet to serve you? And then to set some goals and then write an affirmation. This might be completely different of what you've ever heard about the closet, but truly, if we want our closet to be our ally and not our enemy, then it will take a little bit more of some pre-framing and pre-thought to have a closet that serves us. And in my experience of years in this business, this is the key that will be substantial over the long haul. As a matter of fact, for those of you who are moms, teach this to your children. Share this with your sisters, with your community, because I feel that this is really a significant part of a closet that serves you. So a vision could look like just simply creating a Pinterest board and creating some images about what your closet will have, what will it look like in terms of how it will serve you. And the reason a picture is important, because some of you may be living in an RV, maybe you're living in an apartment, or maybe you have a home that has 5 closets, or you're somewhere in between, or maybe you have multiple homes. How do you want each of those homes, those closets, to serve you? So first of all, it's doing some work in creating a vision. Simply even doing a Pinterest board, or you could do something just with printing out a few visions and posting it on a physical board. Setting a goal. This could be literally setting a goal of when you're going to have your closet cleaned out by. Or if you're the type of person, like a client shared with me a few months ago, she said, Lisa, my issue in my closet is not so much my closet, but it's that at night I throw everything on the floor, and by 2 or 3 days into the week, I have a pile of clothes. So maybe your goal might be that I'm going to hang up my clothes every night. I'm going to rehang them. I'm going to organize them. And I'll do that starting a particular month. Because when we set a goal and we affirm it, we write it down, we are more likely to accomplish it than if it's just a fleeting thought. Next one is an affirmation, and this is honestly my favorite. I have affirmations in my bathroom. I just use a magic marker, and that's how I write my affirmation. Or at Lisa Fischer Styling, we do have a mirror cling that literally you could write your affirmation, peel off the backing, and then have it cling to your mirror so you can review what your affirmation is for you. It could be something as simple as, my closet serves me. I'm prepared, I'm proactive. You know what? I am smart and I care for myself. Maybe even saying, I deserve a beautiful closet, or less is more. less mess, less stress, whatever your affirmation is for you. And here's the deal. I find that most of the time gals will walk into the closet and the first thing we say, I said it for years, is what am I going to wear? And oftentimes that question is met with silence. And then there's confusion and then the story, like, right? Oh, I'm too fat for anything. Oh, if I were 5'9" and a size 4, my life would be so much easier, right? The story starts. Well, here's the deal. If we just change our question, I have found can be so much easier. So for example, okay, let's us decide how we want to feel. So it would be changing the affirmation to, okay, closet, serve me. This is how I'm wanting to show up today. And then allowing your mind to choose those pieces to serve you. So instead of what am I going to wear, it's okay, closet, serve me. Here's how I'm showing up today. Do you see the shift, right? It's a shift in energy. It's a shift in psychology. And if what you're getting back from your closet is there's nothing in there serving you, that at least is the beginning of awareness to go, my closet isn't serving me. So there is some steps that I need to make to bring some progress into my life. Because if I keep asking it to serve me and it's not, there's something off. And so then it's taking a next step to remedy that. All right, so the next one is schedule it. So how do you want to schedule creating a closet that serves you? Here's some options. There are some women who are like, dude, I'm gonna get this done in a day. So they're blocking out time in their calendar, like 5 hours, I'm gonna concentrate and I'm gonna get her done. Or maybe you're the type of person that goes, I can commit on a daily basis, maybe 5 days a week for 30 minutes. Maybe it's at the beginning of the day or it's at the end of the day. I can work for 30 minutes, set a timer, set it on my phone, and then that's the way I'll tackle my closet. Awesome. Or maybe you might be the person that says, I'm going to set myself a challenge. And I love this. So it's called the Day of the Week Challenge. So whatever day of the week it is that you will walk into your closet and say, I'm going to edit out this number of items that no longer serve me. So if it's, for example, July 1st, then you're editing 1. If it's July 15th, you're considering upwards of 15 things. And you might go, 15 things editing out of my closet. Think of the things. This could be your closet. It could be your dresser drawers. It could be a lot of different things. But this is just saying, gals, that there is different ways for different personalities. And I will say that it may take longer. So for example, oftentimes this closet editing process, it could even be a weekend. So it could be maybe when you're having some you time and you have the house to yourself. During this COVID period, there's been hundreds of women editing out their closet during this time of staying in place and staying home. And if not, if you kind of miss that window, or if we're still there, you can take it, just scheduling the time for you. All right, so here's some things that you may need is a closet edit checklist. Ladies, there is a downloadable PDF that is available for all of you, and in the PDF will give you some ideas on some steps to take. So if you're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of information, don't worry, because we have a 2-page PDF that you could just follow like a checklist. But do have a few tools in place, a full-length mirror, maybe some new hangers, and trash bags. If you forget all of this, just think of those 3, a mirror, new hangers, and some trash bags, okay? Trash bags because we're gonna be editing out of the closet and we'll have some storage area for either donating items, taking to the cleaners, giving away, or selling. We're gonna need some division, and just do those with some trash bags. All right. So the other idea is to pull your non-seasonal items out of your closet. So today, this is the month of June, so we're officially in summer, but you might be watching this video, other months of the year. So whatever season you're in, that is the clothing that you're wanting to have current and in your closet. The opposite seasons, my recommendation is to pull those out of your closet and to store them elsewhere. Or if you have a large closet, do store them on an opposite side of the closet, and maybe even get garment bags so they can be out of sight, out of mind. Because here's the deal. From again, my point of view, what I've seen is that when we walk into a closet that is stuffed full of clothing, but yet we feel that we have nothing to wear, it instantly is discouraging. Can you relate with that? We feel like I have nothing to wear. And so what is then the action that we feel we need to do is we need to go shopping. We need more. From my perspective, I don't really think that we need more. What we need to have is clothes in our closet that is in current season. It fits the woman we are today, whatever shape and size that is today. It is wardrobe that matches our lifestyle, is in our season, and is current styles that we're really into, that really matches our personality and the woman that we are, okay? So pulling non-seasonal out of the way is really a fresh start. So really right now would be to have the idea for having the majority of your closet be your spring and summer items, with maybe a few warmer pieces for cooler evenings in the summer, at least here in the Pacific Northwest. All right, so storage solutions, garment bags, vacuum bags, storage containers. There's so many possibilities. Amazon is a great place to go to for storage solutions, or also your local storage type container stores as well. But we have found some beautiful storage solutions on Amazon that are just amazing, but look and see what works for you. The vacuum storage bags are awesome because if you're storing your winter items, let's say, and you have big puffy coats or faux fur or real fur or those sort of things, you can compact the puffy coats down to something that's maybe 2 inches. And then you can layer or file those easily in a container for simpler storage. So some ideas there. All right, so as you're pulling as you're pulling out your non-seasonal, then you're looking at your current season in your closet. So if you're doing an edit, it's pretty simple from here, is to pull out everything from the closet. And that would be everything. So from the closet, we haven't really stopped to look at the drawers yet. But if you are someone who has your items in the closet, pull them all out and just make 4 separate piles. Make a pile for your tops. Make a pile for your bottoms, your dresses, if you wear dresses, and then any of your layering pieces. That could be your cardigans, your jean jackets, whatever they are. Just have those piles be separate and then begin to try them on. So here's an example of a recent organizing the piles that I did, is just pulled it all out of the closet. And I found so many things. Like I had like 4 different hangers that had made their way into the closet, right? It's like, how did those get in here? So it's just a great time of awareness and purging. But once you have your items really listed, then you have a visual of, wow, this is what I have. And then what you'll want to do is have available all of your undergarments and have them on once you start to try on your tops, your bottoms. And why is that? Because you might try on a top and you might have the muffin top, right, going on. There's a little bit of spillage over your waistband. But yet if you have an undergarment that you can pull out, say maybe it's a cami shapewear piece, then you're like, oh yeah, I forgot that I had that. It might make the whole difference if you have the right bra. If you have the right underwear, it can change how the item looks. So having a variety. But if you're like, Lisa, I don't have any variety, awesome. It's no judgment. But having a piece of paper or having your phone to write some notes is like, check with Lisa about undergarments, or start to do some research, because that can change the whole look of a dress, of everything. But have them available and start trying on your clothes with that, and try it all on. Try it all on, because what may have fit last month may be different this month. So try it all on and then make an assessment of, how do I feel in it? Do I feel awesome, or do I feel self-conscious? And your mind, as you look in the mirror, will tell you that, right? Okay, then we need to decide, am I keeping this item or do I let it go? Isn't this like the theme of 2020? Do I keep this in my life? Does it serve me? Or you know what? Is it time to like release? Is it time to let it go? And I feel like it's the same thing with things like clothing or jewelry or accessories. Instead of it bogging down and being storage in your closet, something like you'll never wear again, but it has a placeholder taking up room in your closet. It's like, what about just showing gratitude to that item that has served you, even if it has tags on it and you've never worn it? But it's time to release it, because you know what? Who on the other end of your generosity could be served, right? They could be served from that jacket. They could be served from that handbag that you've never used. They could, right? So now it becomes this revolving process to leave you and to serve another by just letting it go. But before we let it go, we have some steps to do beforehand to be really prepared. All right, so here's a scale that, like a no-brainer scale, like, okay, when you put that item on, or you hold that item in your hand, or if it's a handbag or a pair of shoes, is it like, is your body responding like, oh, okay, that's a 1 to 5, like, no. We remove everything out of our closet that we have that physical reaction to, or a verbal reaction. So really watch yourself in the mirror and what's occurring. If you're like, not bad, okay, keep it. But there's probably more to assess for mixing and matching later, but that gets to go back in the closet. And then of course, those pieces, you're like, I love this piece so much. Like, I love it. So Jill, that might be your Italian leather jacket, right? So that gets to go back into the closet. So that could be just like a quick, like, no brainer, right? We're just listening to our heart and our spirit. For the things you're editing, wow. There's so many places to start considering. Revolve Consignment, Issaquah, within Illuminating Women, that is our go-to 425 magazine, highlighted. I mean, Revolve Consignment is freaking amazing. In addition, there's also shelters that you might find in your area. I know there's one in Maple Valley, Vine Maple Place, that we donate to, but do call ahead, because during COVID and such, companies are really reserving this time and asking, like, once we're through COVID, then we'll start slowly taking in items, but be ready. Or maybe you want to do online consignment. So consider Poshmark or ThreadUp. I know my sister-in-law has made thousands of dollars on Poshmark, and it can be new and with tags, new and without tags, or it can be gently used. But if you've never checked out Poshmark, it's kind of a gem. You can buy and sell on Poshmark, okay? But just have a plan and a strategy for your edited items. So here's essentially the choices. If it's trash, if you're like, how about this underarm stained t-shirt? Okay, any underarms or discoloration, that's an automatic trash, right? If it's something that you're like, wow, I wonder if this would come out, consider laundering it if you even remotely love it. Alterations, okay. If it's not fitting, do consider if it could be taken out, or maybe if it could be taken in or reframed. So it's an item that you love, do consider alterations, because alterations really, and Karin is here in the group and can speak to that. Alterations really is like your best friend. So then you just need to really balance out, is it worth the time and money having something altered versus letting it go and purchasing something new? Alterations is really best friend. So do consider that. All right, gals, so before we get into the organizing and maybe next steps, I'm just gonna pause here, come back on the group, and just see what questions we might have, and then maybe decide if we do continue or not, or maybe, you know, the handout can take us from there. But let's just do a quick pause and come back in the
Oh, it's awesome, Lisa, what you're doing. I'm just like juicing on all of this because I realize, because I've worked with you in the past, how much I've learned. Yeah, I have remodeled and have a brand new bedroom. And when I got into my closet, I was doing the Lisa Fischer way. And I'm looking at this closet. I go, yes, I did this. I did it by season, and I have another closet for it. I just love everything you're saying. If there's a question, the ladies can put their little things up. Otherwise, I think let's just keep on going. This is good.
Okay. So, gals, does this feel like it's making sense as far as like step by step, like there's an actual trajectory to follow? Does it feel like it's making sense? Okay, awesome. I'm seeing thumbs up all over. Okay, and those of you who are watching this via video, just try the first step really between resistance and like, oh, you know, and fear on one side, and then over here having like faith and the joy and the ally of your closet. It's just like one step. It's just like taking that action and then proceeding. So awesome, gals. So here's the choice. Once you decide, okay, these items I'm keeping, and you're ready to put your items back into the closet, there's a couple of choices. One is by category or by color. And if you do choose the category, I would also recommend to have an semblance of some sort of color scheme within the category. So I'll show you on the next page what we're referring to. Or maybe I won't. Let's see. You know what? Maybe I won't. Okay. So let's just use this graphic here. So if you notice how it is really, it looks like a rainbow, right? And that is so helpful to have the different items, in my opinion, by color, because when you're looking for something, you know exactly where to go. And when you're putting something back, if you're asking a partner or a child, hey, would you mind to hang that up for me? Or they'll know where to go. It's almost like a filing system versus just having it mayhem, like it just goes wherever. So I would decide, do you want to have categories? Like, do you want to have tops, dresses, pants, and layering? That's category. And then if you do want to organize by category, then my suggestion would be within each category to go light to dark. So it'd be like your tops, light to dark, your pants, light to dark, dresses, layering pieces. It just makes so much sense. Or if you decide to organize by color, it would be literally like a light to dark rainbow. And within the color, you would have your tops, your layering pieces, your bottoms, and then your dresses, okay? So if you missed that part, re-listen on the video, it will really make sense. And then try it and see which way works best for you. My favorite is by color. That's mine. But what way works for you? All right, next is once you're done with your closet, then consider what's in your drawers. And because drawers oftentimes are, at least in my experience, I've seen that's the intimate apparel. So our bras, our shapewear, loungewear, the lingerie stuff, whatever, right? Bathing suits. So remember that they're also something that should be looked through. And so like the two become one. It's just like wherever you store your wardrobe, you've gone through this whole editing out process. Okay. With the drawers, do consider drawer solutions for organizing your pieces so it's quick and easy. If you forget all of this, just think of two words. One is accessibility and the other is visibility. Those are the two things we want in our closet and in our drawers. So these drawer solutions, they're available, again, Amazon, or if you don't want to spend the money, if you have any shoe boxes, just use the shoebox, and that could be like, okay, here's going to be my underwear, just like this, right? Roll the underwear. Or if you want to roll or store your denim, have it be like a file system. So many possibilities. My daughter lives in a van. She does van life, and she travels the US, and her closet is in these drawer solutions in bins under her bed. It's like the best thing ever. So wherever you live, whatever you do, there is a possibility for organization and keeping you sane and having easy accessibility. All right, other closet tools, right? There's so many wonderful things. So whatever the size is of your closet, it can be done. So now it's about, let's take action. So gals, I'm just going to ask you, what is one action step that you can take to start the editing process for your closet, for your drawers, or if you've already done this recently, what is an area that is still kind of tripping you up that maybe you could take it a step farther? So maybe you've done your closet, but maybe haven't done the drawers. Or maybe you've done your closet, your drawers, but your jewelry is a mess, right? Or maybe all of those areas are awesome, but the personal care in your bathroom under the sink is like screaming for some attention. So like, what's one area that you could take action? Because think of it, once we're out of this COVID thing, and once we're kind of through and we're kind of returning to some normality, how can what you've done during this time really set you up for success? And how can we teach it to our daughters, our sisters, our community? And so I hope that you can take this information, share it. And for those of you who are wanting more, we are offering a bonus online class. The dates are different, so please excuse me here, but what we're offering is a 12-module class, which is 8 hours of content broken down into 5 90-minute online classes. So if you're taking notes or if you're watching this on video, we did just offer this in May. And Sharon North here in the group just posted over at Lisa Fischer Styling the July dates. So we are doing a 5-week class every Thursday beginning July 23rd. It's in the morning for 90 minutes, so you can get through it in the morning, be out in the sun, do your thing in the summer. So it's a summer bundle pack, and it is reviewing dressing your shape. So we'll talk about like, okay, who are we now, right? What is our shape? What are our new numbers if there's any changes? And we'll talk about how do you measure your body. So if you're doing online shopping, how do you measure your rise? How do you measure your waist? How do you do a bra fitting? How do you measure the bottom part of your leg, right? So, you know, like, okay, if I'm buying shorts online, how do I know what my leg opening is? We'll talk about all of that. We'll talk about knowing your best colors, knowing how to put your styles together that match you, know how to do a closet edit and clean out, and we'll walk through it together. And then we'll talk about like looking at the year and how to plan your wardrobe. So we're offering that as a bonus for anyone who is wanting more. And let's open it up, gals. What questions are at top of mind?
Well, I'll if anybody doesn't want to talk, I'll definitely take your questions under the chat box. But just a couple of things here that I think that not only have great value. Thank you for offering the lower price too. That's among, you know, that was cool. So I love the editing process because we can get overwhelmed. And if we're at home and we're looking at our closet, we're not wearing, you know, that can seem so overwhelming. And so I took some notes here that I absolutely loved with that editing and that process, the garment bags. I just realized while you were saying that some of the things the garment bags can do is also protect our clothes when we don't wear them for a specific season. And them fresher looking and whatnot. And I like that, all those little samples. Man, this is awesome. I just, you know, I've worked with you so much and I learned still. This is just great. You know, and going from that, you know, from the different closet sizes, I thought that was really cool. And I loved how you gave that item using, because there are still items in my closet. I'm going, you know, and it's still kind of hard, that purging, to keep and let it go. I love how you said that. Does it serve me? Does it serve me? And we're changing, we're pivoting, we're becoming different people because our jobs are changing, whatnot. But I feel it's like, Lisa, you may even be able to talk about this. It's so important when we're at home a lot to not give up on maybe having a romantic dinner at home and creating it and getting dressed up and doing your hair and your makeup, because a lot of us aren't going out, so we're not. But how much better that could make us feel and just shine and empower us. I think that would be a neat one. Showing gratitude before, you know, thank you for this piece of garment. I hadn't thought about that. Thank you for this piece of garment. Thank you for being in my closet and serving me. Maybe I never wore you, but to bless it and pay it forward that somebody else will enjoy it. And then the strategy for measuring for online buying, that's huge, because more and more people are doing that and
Yeah.
that down. And folks, one thing I can absolutely tell you about Lisa is there is no judgment. And I know it can feel like, oh, I can't have somebody in my closet. I'm so embarrassed. I'm so ashamed. I have never met anybody who can walk into a closet and, you know, poker face, whatever, but it's not even that. It's because she just doesn't see it. She is you. She doesn't judge this. She's there to get a job to help you shine and illuminate. So I think that's great. Well, I hadn't gotten any other questions that came through, Sharon, but I know if they want to reach you, we know how to reach you. This was a dynamite presentation. I mean, not to be missed. Just love it. Is there any last things you want to say before we say goodbye and maybe dive a little deeper with just a few of us that are on this call today?
Yeah, you know, really, the idea about the closet, if I could just like give 2 words, is how is it showing up in your life? Does it feel more like it's your ally, or is it showing up as resistance, you know, at fear and confusion? Or is the closet like your ally, your cheerleader, your wingman, right? And then, you know, once we decide like where we're at with it, is then going the next level. And remember that resistance, for so many people, the closet is resistance because there's stories, there's childhood, there's, you know, being a young person, there's now we're sharing a closet with, there can be a lot of judgment in that. And I understand that. And yet, if you think about the closet, it's almost like the most intimate space in our life. And number one, being invited into someone's intimate space is, I don't take that lightly. But yet, the idea is, does this serve me? And ladies, the closet, the wardrobe closet is not like on the side of resistance. Resistance is if your closet is where your litter box is and all of your storage, like all of your luggage, all of your crap from high school. Okay, that is a closet of resistance. Over here, a closet that's your ally is like, it's special. And it really does help you to be this congruent human being out in the world, whether it's leisure, whether it's kickback, you know, watching Netflix, or whether it's doing what you do out in the world. Does it serve us? And it's really just asking and answering that question. So that's, I just wanted to leave it with like, this, it's simple, and to be okay with it and to just see what it is for you.
Oh, I love it. So on this, this is recorded for YouTube, and if you just scroll into the description, you will see how you can reach out and learn more about Lisa Fischer or get an appointment with her and come spend some time. This lady is amazing. Illuminating Women went to Italy, and I asked her to come and take us shopping in Florence, and it was a blast. And I got the leather jacket that really suited and serves me. And it's really about that we invest in our clothing, and it's an important investment. And it really needs to illuminate us and be part of who we are, speaking the truth of who we are, and living boldly and brightly, because we deserve to do that. We're created to do that. We are absolutely created to live out loud, bright, and just filled with love and light. So Lisa, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, ladies, for joining. We're gonna sit and chit chat a little bit. Girl time chat. That's what's fun about being on these Zoom calls. We get them. So take care. Blessings, everybody. And thank you for plugging in. Check us out at illuminatingwomen.com if you want to learn more. Bye-bye.